A search and rescue operation is underway in the Atlantic Ocean for a small submarine that went missing while taking tourists to the wreckage of the Titanic. It's feared the vessel could be almost 4 kilometers underwater. Several aircraft have been using sonar technology to try and pinpoint its exact location, while a submarine team is hoping to launch a rescue attempt late on Tuesday. It's believed the submarine should have enough oxygen to keep its pilot and 4 passengers alive until Thursday.
A race against time to find a sub like this one and the people on it. It lost contact during a dive to the site of the Titanic wreckage off the coast of Canada.
It is a remote area, and it is a challenge to conduct a search in that remote area. But we are deploying all available assets to make sure that we can locate the craft and rescue the people on board.
OceanGate, the company responsible for the expedition, takes people to the Titanic for prices starting at $250,000. Once at the site, passengers climb into a sub and descend to the bottom of the ocean. The passenger ship famously sank in 1912 on its maiden voyage after striking an iceberg, killing more than 1,500 passengers. Its wreckage has been extensively explored since it was discovered in the mid-1980s. These expeditions to the Titanic wreck site generally include archaeologists and marine biologists. But the company also brings people who pay to travel along. British billionaire Hamish Harding is believed to be among the missing passengers.
Deep submersible diving is very dangerous, but it's high tech, and as each year goes by, the equipment gets better, the technology gets better, and so on. So I'm very hopeful and very positive. I was in the sub for 12 hours. We have our own breathing system on board, and if that's maintained properly, like changing your filter and your CO2 scrubber, you can stay down there for quite a few hours.
The US Coast Guard estimates the craft has enough oxygen to last until Thursday.
I'd like to get some insight here from Commander Frank Owen, Secretary of the Submarine Institute of Australia. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'd like to ask, based on your expertise, what do you think the biggest challenges, what do you think they are going to be for the search team that is looking for this submarine?
Well, the biggest challenge is going to be to find them. At present, if the submarine is sitting on the seabed, which every indication seems to be that that's the case, then it starts looking like all of the pieces of debris that are on the seabed around the wreck of the Titanic. So they start becoming part of the background.
Mm-hmm. So assuming they would even be able to find it, do you have an idea of what a rescue operation could possibly look like here?
Well, I think the only viable form of a rescue for operation for this would be some means of physical intervention in the form of what they call a work class remotely operated vehicle. These are large hydraulically powered a vehicle, like they're flying boxes with arms like manipulators, which are like arms, and they're equipped with cameras and sonar, and they're powered from the surface through a very large umbilical of about 50 millimeters in diameter. This then powers this vehicle down to the seabed. It then has quite a large amount of force to dislodge it. If it's trapped somewhere, if it's caught or entangled in something, it might have the tools even to cut wire if that's what is the problem.
And do we know if that's being used in this case?
Well, we don't know. I don't know. But it's 2.5 days into the operation now, or since the alarm was raised. Or at least since the time the submarine dived. I'm not sure how long it took for the alarm to be raised, but that's all eating into this 96 hours of emergency life support that's in the submarine. So if they are going to get one of these ROVs, and if they don't have them already on site, then it takes time to locate it, to get it to the port, probably St. John's and Newfoundland, find a suitable ship, weld everything to the deck of that ship, sail that ship to the site, and it's 370 nautical miles. It's over a day's steaming each way to get there. So you're starting to build a picture of delays and delays and delays, and that all of that eats against the 96 hours that started sometime on Sunday in East Coast time.
Yeah, an enormous undertaking and not much time. Thank you so much for joining us on DW News with that insight. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.